How's my day going? It's gone fine. It's getting toward the end already. Which, how did that happen? But it did. And we're just looking at some things. I sat down. So when we streamed earlier, we did a little profiling on the Gabe deck. And we were like, hey, there's this thing about evaluate fall when you move, and that's true. But then even without moving in the steady state, when I'm here, just standing in the overworld, this animation graph per frame update is a steady 4 milliseconds per frame, which is a lot. And, this is a faster CPU. So you do that on a slower CPU. It could be several times this, which would be horrible. So we just want to get the speed up a little bit. On this, and then we'll look at the evaluate fall, because it's hard to even tell, like, since we broke the evaluate fall into, it's like hard to get it to show up. There it is. Like this section 5B is part of that. And like maybe it's a lot more, right? Section 5. No, see, post move reevaluate. Well, it's hard to tell. It never, that's the thing is we're doing a crazy number of objects, but it never really goes above 1 millisecond, which is nuts. That's too much. We want to get rid of that. But this other thing is worse. It's 4 times as worse. So right now our CPU, as reported in the upper right corner, is 20 milliseconds per frame. So we are spending 20% of that time in this one function that probably should be approximately 0. Anytime you see that, it's like, oh, awesome. That's great. It's like being at Doge and you find out about US aid and you're like, oh my God, look at all the money these people are wasting. That'll be easy to fix. So it's basically just like that. Like all these other functions that are on here, it's like maybe they should be expensive. I don't know. Been bedridden this week with an injury. Well, I am sorry to hear about that. I have definitely had some pretty bad injuries in my time. So, good luck. So, does anything else stick out? So, do one frame is 24 milliseconds. Main frame. Okay, simulate cosmetic only things. That's taking too long, but that might actually include the animation. Yeah. So that's most of simulate. Simulate might still be too slow after that, but we got to hit that. And then all these other functions. But this is kind of nuts how like there's 12 milliseconds is going somewhere. Or no, I guess this is 12. Never mind. This adds up to about 24, actually. 4 millisecond CPU wait. That's a long time. And then we're probably spending a lot of time drawing things that aren't on the screen, and that's going to get fixed pretty soon. That's going to get fixed. Oh, yeah, baby. Okay. Anyway. Let us, maybe in the same way that we give out iProf with the compiler, maybe just a better version of this like frame counter in the corner that was like more graphical and cool. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So, animation graph per frame update is the thing. Let's make a new debug. It's going to be way worse in debug build. The time. Oh, let's run that from a debugger. Water looks good. The water does look good. It'll look better though. We are working on some stuff to make the rivers look cooler right now, and by we I mean 2 other people on the team who are not me. Visual Studio says less than 1 millisecond. Well, it usually doesn't say less than 1 millisecond if it actually took more than a millisecond. Let's not slander Visual Studio here. All right. Yeah, frame rate much lower. Now if we do iProf, see, okay, it's still a top offender, but it's like way slower. But, this is why you got to profile also like when you're in release builds. All right. So I just want to go see what the call stack is when we end up in this function, just to make sure. Because it might be being called from multiple places. Okay. So we're here. Update animation graph, which gets called per entity. So, okay, for guy, there's only one guy, so we'll hit it again. Wait, what? Why? Oh, are we multiple time stepping here? Manager by type guy count 1. Okay. Are we still? Why are we still in this same step DT 0.032 total DT? Okay, so we are stepping like probably 4 times. Okay, so now we're in simulate cosmetic only things. So for every monster, there's like 100 and something of those. And let's just see. So that's line 978. I wish I had a notebook here. I need a piece of paper. I want to write this down. I will write it on the documentation for this monitor. Sim 978. All right. So now we're going to go We're going to go past the end of that by disabling this breakpoint a minute. We go past and then we re-enable the breakpoint. This is a debugging trick. And now we're there from friendly dragon. Okay, there should be only one. And now we're there from gate. And there's like fucking 200 gates. And I actually don't know. Like, this is really stupid. So most calls to gate are doing basically nothing. So like, we probably should not be using an animation graph for this. Let's just, let's take a look. Check a look. Okay, wait, there was no animation channel for gate. Is that true? Okay, this whole fidgeting can go. Okay, so for gates, do we just don't have an animation graph anymore? Right? So $1065, let's check that. All right. So that just means probably those calls aren't that expensive. For at some point, Gates actually had animation graphs, but it looks like now we don't ever do that, or maybe we do. I don't know. All right, so we do that, and then I need to search this. This pen sucks. So, and then I want to go the fidgeting. Where was the fidgeting? May fidget. Where was that? It was in Git. Where was this? We were there. Let's just search for it this way. May fidget. Simulate. Oh. May fidget. So instead of doing this here, like we do this just for the guys. Let's do this. Let's just do it down here. I don't think it's gonna. You know what? Let's not make it function. Let's do it down here. Okay. So let's just make sure that things work. Let's actually let's put fidgeting here. It looks like someone turned, it looks like I did this and then someone turned it off and didn't explain why. Fuck you. Or maybe that's not what happened. I don't know. Update animation cosmetic. Update. I don't know what's going on there. I'll have to read that comment. Okay. Cosmetic only. I want to do this only once per frame because we're calling in move transaction, which like does some searching of transactions. All right. So that's an animation state. All right. Are we vibe coding tonight? We are not. But if you want to imagine that we're vibe coding, you could imagine. I'm free. Let's see if the guy fidgets. I don't remember how long the fidget timer is. It might be like a minute. Because I don't like video games where the characters like act like a short attention span guy. Come on. Come on. He is locked in. He's thinking really hard about that crystal right there. Okay, we're going to have to log the fidget timer to be convinced that this is actually working. Which it may not be. We might have broken something. So I want to make sure that the gate works. Never seen so many crystals. Well, heavy at least. That feels good. Looks fine. All right, so let's log this. Finally. Okay, so we are not calling this code, which means there's an early out. Which is weird. This is confusing me because I don't see an early out. Maybe I just didn't save the file correctly. Those are other breakpoints. I'm free. Okay. He should fidget in 6 seconds. Maybe his fidgets are just so subtle you would never know. It's just a heavy breath for him. Let's try Thief.
That cage was just a bit cramped.
10 seconds. I don't see these animations happening. Did we just nuke all the fidgets at some point? All the animations? That wouldn't be good. No, it's just playing an active idle for the fidget animation, which is weird. That's broken. So I'm not sure why we are playing active idles. Like, you're supposed to play a different animation. That's the whole point. So did we just break this now, or was it broken? I think it's... I mean, let's go look at... Charmed, turning. Look at all these frickin' animations, dude. Wait, why? Oh, there's only fidget animations for when you're inactive? No. Okay, wait. Warrior has them. Okay, wait. Did I misread Wizard? No, it's literally his idol. So we just never did. Oh, God. So we have more for inactive than active. So if I go to like here, we'll see what the warrior does eventually. He's just looking around. Is it the hacky way of making the fidgets more random? Maybe, but of course we could have done that a better way. But also, I mean, I probably objected initially to fidgets being really big and hammy, but the way to fix that is not to make them big and hammy. It's not to turn them off, right? Okay, anyway, from a technical standpoint, it's working. I've made a note that the animations are not all there. Okay, so we are no longer calling this for gate. I don't think that's going to affect the time very much, but let's just check. Let's see. We'll do a release build. I think we'll now be around 4 milliseconds, but with way fewer calls to the function. We had like 320 calls per frame before, and now it's probably 100 and something. Which is still a lot, but you know. Birds all have fidget spinners. True facts. True facts. Whoops. We don't want to test it here. We want to test it out here. In the overworld. Yeah, it's still 4 point something, but with way fewer calls. 128 calls. And if we load this level, how many monsters are there? 126. It's monsters, the character, and one other entity who I will not mention. So we could do one of two things. I mean, I think really what we want to do the first thing we could do is call should reject entity due to vertical level. And that should get that right out. Except the only problem is I think this gets called before camera motion is computed. Let's see. Anyway. Update animation graph. All right. Due to vert. Due to should reject entity due to vertical level. So right there, that should cut us down by half. But see, this is why it sucks that LLVM's so slow at optimizing, because it's like now our cycle time. What's been the hardest thing about putting this game on the game deck? Nothing really. is pretty easy to do. The hard thing is just all the hard things you have to do to make a game. The Gabe deck itself is one of the easiest platforms to target, which is good. That is a good thing. Is the Gabe deck better than Windows? We're just running our Windows executable on it. The main Steam Deck guy at Valve just left for Microsoft. What? Why? Why would he do that? Did he go to Microsoft Research or just like some random ass place at Microsoft? Hey, look, it's now only half. We've gone from 4 milliseconds to 2 milliseconds. What's the hardest platform to put your game on? I mean, probably something resource limited like Switch, because you have to optimize more. Game Boy. Atari 2600. Maybe they offered him a bunch of CS2 cases, maybe. Microsoft's rumored handheld thing. I have not heard anything about Microsoft's rumored handheld thing, but all right, so now we at least now have the CPU down lower than GPU. They used to be approximately tied. Now we're just sitting here waiting for the GPU, which is good. This is still way too much CPU time. But a lot of the CPU time is being used by rendering as well. But we want to remove this other 2 milliseconds. And question is, what's the best way to do that? One way is to try to optimize the update. The other way is just only do it for dudes who are on the screen. The thing is, we do sometimes. Oh, well. See, if you go in the overhead map, we definitely don't want to update them because then you could see this many. But even sometimes on one screen, we'll have like 15 or 18 dudes. Do I do any polymarket betting? Nah. Nah. The problem with polymarket is you could basically never get 100x, right? Whereas on Fartcoin, you could definitely get 100x. What is the signal graph representing? Those are just the amount of time being taken for the top several items on the graph. How do you know which color is which? You don't really know. The colors are kind of arbitrary. Dude, Butt Snake Coin would do numbers. I think Casey needs to start that. Enron coin was released yesterday. Really? Is that real? Dude, I hate this fucking interface. Wait, they started it at 15 cents? So everybody lost money. Will the game be released this year? Probably not. Wait, it says not listed. I don't know what that means. All right, well, that's sad. Okay. So basically, I could do two things. One is just speed up the graph update. Let's try that for a little bit. Because the other thing to do is don't do them if they're not visible. Oh, dude, I can't tell what window is foreground on Windows, so I just closed Twitch chat again. Um, I need to get my honey spoon. Back in a second. I lied. I got a honey knife, not a honey spoon. Got a honey knife. Honey knife. Do I expect improvements on the GPU side? No. Most of what this is doing is probably executing really crappy commands. Let's just see. Actually, so this would be like inactive idle state for the goblins. There's also dragons that are waiting to breathe, but all right. State inactive. It's probably this. Yeah, so first of all, we're probably inheriting some stuff, but see, I don't. What the fuck is all this? Like, why are those there? All right, actually, before I go editing this, I think these are recently added, like last year. Let me see. Not at all how I would have fucking done this. Um, we could put some optimizations on the CPU side. Let's see. Goblin dot animation graph. Blame. We're at line 124. Relative enemy. Look at. God damn it, dude. Fuck you and your shitty comments. Okay, so yeah, this is just incredibly slow because we're doing this hundreds of times, like per every fucking frame. And like we're re-getting the clones for every monster hundreds of times, even though it's the same for every monster. Fuck you, we don't care. We're going to write shitty code. This is how you get fired from the video game company. Okay, so this is all actually not too bad because I mean, this part we maybe do something about. But this is even a different issue. This is not even the code that we're looking at being slow. This is different code that's slow. It may not be slow enough to show up on the profile. Like, this is all just retarded because we already have a bunch of code. When a goblin picks its active target, this primary enemy ID, It's already doing this. And it's like, hey, here's some other code. Like, this is just primary enemy ID. Like, why are you doing more shit if it's not set? Why are you looking? Just expand the radius at which this happens. And then at least we would only be doing this for goblins that have a primary enemy ID. Okay. We're going to try not to have a die of aneurysm right now. This is just the kind of code that happens when somebody programs something. Like, this code by itself does not look that bad. Like, it is doing shitty stuff like this inside this, which is getting called 100 times on the overworld, and they should have known that. But, you know, it's at least not doing clean code. It's not doing crazy abstraction. It's just like doing the things, right? But like, if you know how the system works, you should be like, wait, we're already doing this. Why are we doing it again? You know? And the answer is the explicit 0.001. I do that sometimes in this game. I wouldn't do it for this. Wait, what? Okay, that's pretty bad. Okay, but there are some things where I just put hard-coded constants, like, because it's a grid-based game with a 1.0 distance between things, you know, I'll say if the distance is less than 1.1 or whatever, right? Just as a shorthand. But this is really not that good right here. I don't really understand why this snap is happening. Okay. Why does get angle between vectors? Oh, this is for the signedness, I see. I probably wrote this actually. I mean, this is really slow. This is going to be doing an A10, right? When really you should just put this into a constant and, you know, cosine this or whatever. Like, this is just not how you should write this code. Whatever, I'm not going to obsess on that right now. That should not run very many times per frame. Okay, so the thing we can do in the animation graph per frame update. Let's rebuild to make sure we have the... no. In the animation graph per frame update, the thing is, if he's idle... if he's idle, we could just say, if he's in state inactive, just don't update the graph. And that doesn't do fidgets, but It's such an incredible markup language. It lets you call ATAN2 to do 3D rendering. Well, I'm just sitting here thinking about what I want to do next. I could try optimizing all this mess, and then we could put fidgeting in manually. Let's do that, but here's what I want to do is I want to verify what state we are in.
I'm free.
Not on this level. Let me take that out. Okay, so when I do per frame update, I'm going to look at state. Node index 13. Oh, wait, they're in state active? Oh, because... Oh, damn. Goblins near each other are going to be in state active. Baby dragon. Node index 40. State inactive, 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 inactive. Inactive fidget. Inactive, 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 fidget, inactive, inactive. So most of them are inactive, actually. Let's actually go back to Heroes 1. Or Heroes 2. Right. So here we've got... Forget. So these guys are inactive. See, this is fucking bullshit because he shouldn't be looking behind himself anyway. Like, it's kind of weird, right? I don't know, maybe it's fine. So now I think goblins next to each other will be active. No, they're still inactive. Which is weird and maybe wrong. Although I guess no, I guess that's fine. This is good because it makes it very easy to optimize, because goblins by themselves on a screen will not need special animation updates to attack each other. Alright. So this is what we're gonna do. Wait, what was it called? I set one of these goblins' names to Mel Goblin. We do not have goblin naming technology. That is beyond our ken. So node name. All right. No. Oh, it was on simulate. Update animation graph. Okay. So we're going to have to explain when we are done. Why can't I do anything today? All right. So, I don't think we need to put it back into gameplay critical. You know what? I mean, the other option is, well, we'll do both. We'll do both. Okay, so if get animation state E I hope it begins with See, because wherever this is happening, we could just call the state update in there. But we could do this first. All right, so the problem is we need for monsters within some number of squares of the player. We're going to want to update. Fuck. Actually, we don't need to check that. Empty string is checkable. Oops. So this really might not be that great, what we're doing. See, these guys, the idle guys are not turning to look at me. We could actually tick them every 10th frame or something. Or like every 16th frame, then we don't even have to do a divide. Right? So right now, if we look at, I mean, dude, it's not even in the top things anymore. At all. Simulate cosmetic only things. It's cosmetic only G, isn't it? F? Update animation graph. Like, yeah, this is tremendous. Like, this is debug build, and it's 0.56 milliseconds for 4 calls, right? So that's pretty good. Yeah, instead of Let's just try this. Num target index. Index is e.entity_id mod num categories. If index is equal to target index, spread out these monstros over time. Yay. We could even do this only on the overworld. Okay. Spread out these monstros over time. If index is equal to target index, then update animation graph e dt times num categories, right? All right. So that's an age-old video game trick. Index is equal to target index. PID given int. Okay. Section 5B popping up there. But yeah, we're just not... We'll do our release build in a bit. But like, this is not even showing up. Let's go back. Whoops. We want to be like... Yeah. So now they're all looking at me from far away again. Because these guys are not... They don't have the overworld variable set. So here's what we'll do. We'll make a release build, again, which will take 27 hours. And then we'll go on the overworld. This is actually bad. This times 16 is bad. Maybe it'll be fun. Monsters that are not aggroing a player or having something else significant happen, are in a state inactive, even if they are close to each other, they don't aggro each other because we want higher visual audio responsiveness with respect to the player. Look at code made updating these guys a lot slower. We may speed up the animation system itself, but in the meantime, if we stagger these guys across frames and update them partially, we are mostly fine. Not mostly file, mostly fine. All right. Wait, was that? Let's make sure. Triple sure. Yep, 8:05 p.m. That's what time it is where I live. But now I use modulo. Any compiler that sees modulo 16 is going to change it into the other thing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right, so we're going to go. I don't remember the name, but we're just going to cheat. We're going to cheat at the game. Video evidence of me being a cheater. It's true. Whoops. Walk through the wall. Walk through the wall. Walk, walk, walk through the wall. So here's a monstro that really... Oh, you know, we should have just looked at this first. So, yeah, I don't see animation update on this list at all now. It used to be 2 milliseconds. When we started, it was 4 milliseconds. Then it was 2, and now it's like not even literally anything. Like this is sorted by self time. So it's clearly less than a half a millisecond. Section 5 there, we'll look at that at some point, but I think for tonight it's good enough just to finish this. So now this guy, I don't remember. I don't know what F9 does. It's not showing the wizard or the monster. So this guy's idle though, right? Because I'm far. And he's looking, yeah, he's still following me around. So I think this is working, right? I mean, it's a little weird that he's looking through the wall. That would be a thing we deal with later. Was he doing that to start with? Seems like it. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So that's pretty good. We have solved one of the problems. We've saved 4 milliseconds today, maybe. I want to add a frozen state so that when they're in these crystals, they don't move. That looks kind of fucked up. I mean, all these animations we probably want to work on. I mean, this is pretty good. That was 4 milliseconds per frame on this, so like probably double that on Gabe Deck. I don't even know. We could take a look at what it was on the Gabe Deck before this optimization. Let's do that. Just as a curiosity, because I uploaded last night to Gabe a version of the game. In fact, we did it. That was the point of last night's stream. Oh, here's an older build. Actually, I have an older build right here. It's running from last time we did the thing. The problem is it's moving too fast. I gotta plug in the keyboard. Keyboard! So if I pause, animation graph per frame update 6 milliseconds. That's about what it was here, right? Right? At the start of the stream? Or maybe it was like 5 for us? Or did it? I don't know. But that's great. We saved 6 milliseconds per frame on the overworld on the Gabe Deck. And now our frames are pretty slow. They're at like 85 milliseconds per frame right now. But that takes us from 85 to 79. Which is what you got to do. It's like with Doge. It's like, oh, that's only $70 billion a year. It's like, okay, but you clean up 8 or 9, $70 billion a year. It's starting to be real money now. But yeah, like the big bottleneck on Gabe Deck is GPU. Like we have a 20 millisecond CPU wait right now. It's crazy. Like simulate is really slow. I guess that's why we broke it down into all those zones. Anyway, so we have a bit to do because we put some no check-ins in here. So we have a bit to do. Native res is a stretch on the game deck in most games. Yeah, it sure seems that way. We're going to optimize our shaders, but what is the native? Is it 1080? What is it? Steam Deck resolution. 1280 by 800. All right, so increase the resolution using third-party mods? What? That's not how that works. That is not how that works. All right. All right. So how many more pixels is that, right? 800 divided by 720 is 11% more. So if we even go to 7, it's 16 by 10 720p, right? See, so even if we just did, I don't know. Like what's, okay, so 1280 times 800 is 1,000,000, right? What if we do 1024 times 760? No. What is it? 10 over 16 times 1024, 640. 655. So that would be a lot faster. Is like 1024 by 640 what people do? FSR quality might not look. I don't know what FSR is. Upscaling DLSS for pores. It runs in shaders, but like I'm trying to save the shader cores so we can render with them. I think they go with 720 and have letterbox, but that doesn't save you very much. Okay, so let's just let's deal with the no check-ins and then we'll call it a night. Okay. Warning, this times num categories presumes that we are in the steady state of being inactive all the time. But when transiting from an active state to inactive, the first time we get here, we probably update the graph for more time than has actually passed. We don't think this will cause any visible artifacts, though. Okay, so that's that. Oh, dude, we had the whole other no check-in on the other code. I'm not sure I want to deal with that tonight. We could look at that one later, if it shows up in the profile. I think we should just be very data-driven about profiling, right? And like just hit the things that are needed. We used to have an animation player on gates, but now we do not. Which is great since the overworld has tons of gates. Okay, you know, maybe we're just going to do this. Okay. So I changed that a little bit. Well, I dare say we've just got this other stuff. Okay. Okay, so if we end up getting to there in our optimization pursuit, which is like trivial pursuit but non-trivial. Dude, why don't people ever play Trivial Pursuit? When was the last time you saw someone play Trivial Pursuit? That was like the hugest board game in the 80s. You wouldn't believe it. Feel like this game can surely run at native res in the end. I hope so. I mean, we're doing some expensive stuff in our shaders, but that could be trimmed out, and you know, we could put in some things on Steam Deck where we knock the quality of some things down a little bit. Trivial Pursuit is still big in the UK. All right. You've seen poorly threaded games hammer 1 to 2 threads. As opposed to what? Like, you're saying it's better to spread everything around all the threads? Why would that be? Oh, because it's like I need to upclock the cores in order to get everything done in time? Is that the deal? For us, I don't think that's about threading. I think it's just about getting our render overhead down. Power usage doesn't scale linearly with core clock. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Gabe Dick overlay. Let's see what that says. I'm sure it's probably not good. Let's see. I'm turning it on. I'm pressing the Steam button. Is this in settings? Display? No, we don't do incremental compilation because there's no point. It's in the dot 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 menu, the right button, not the Steam button. That's so like I don't understand why they have two buttons. Like, how am I supposed to know what's in the dot dot dot? Oh, dude, my projected battery life is not high. Performance overlay level. Level 4. GPU 95%. 13 to 1500 megahertz. CPU 18%. Yeah, so we're just burning the GPU right now. The CPU doesn't give a shit. Although it says 65 milliseconds, but it might just be the sleep. I don't know. But yeah, we've got work happening on basically all the cores. Kinda. It's like they're all around 20% usually, but it's kind of spiky. So it says FSR off. Is that can't be outside the game? How do they know if we're doing FSR inside the game? All right, anyway, our CPU numbers will be slightly better. But it's really the GPU numbers that are the problem. Dude, Gabe Jack has 8 cores. That's crazy. FSR 2 and 3 require motion vector. I'm not going to make motion vectors, dude. Why would I do motion vectors? Oh my god. You're also not going to make motion vectors, yeah. Okay, but all right, so we made good progress today. I think we take the W and check it in. And then maybe I'll do something simple and stupid just to get it off my to-do list. So by the way, Mr. Van Devender, this puzzle over here, no, not this one. This one was broken when you played it. Like these gates, they're supposed to be recessed by 1 square like this, so you can't come in the wizard gate and just walk south. So that was stupid, but we fixed it. So now it's a real puzzle. You may want to play the real puzzle later. When we update it. At some point. Okay. Also, I put this over here to make it more obvious what's going on. Yeah, I mean, it's solved for you. You can reset at any time. Again, I also moved this. This was in the doorway, but you can reset the puzzle and see what... It's not like... It's not the most amazing, interesting puzzle, but it's like... It's actually supposed to be something that you have to figure out a little bit. And it's supposed to be at least kind of cool. And right now, or in the version you got, it was just... The only thing to figure out was go in as the wizard. Right? Which I guess is something, but not very good. Yeah, the resetter will reset. Yeah, both of them. But it's not... I wouldn't worry about it. I'm just letting you know the playtest has already been very useful in that we noticed, like, oh man, that was busted. This is a very new... This whole setup of this room was done like 2 days ago or something. So... And it was different, and then we moved it around, and in moving around, we broke the puzzle. That happens all the time in games. You were overthinking it. All right, well, you got a specialized experience. All right. Let's take the W on that. Reduce frame time spent animating monsters on the overworld. It's not supposed to be a hard puzzle anyway, but it's not supposed to be that easy. You know? All right. So let's do one more little thing, which is as follows. We will repro the bug. It's not much of a bug, but it's a little bug. And then maybe I'll take a break and read tonight or something after this. So when you go to overhead map and we draw the area names, it's hard to see, but see right here, we have like a little empty area name for this because I think that's where the overhead map goes, like the global one. And we're drawing an empty string there with a little box around it. So let's fix that. Area names opacity. No, that's for the prompt. That is for the prompt. What? I can't find it. It's got... It's here. Okay. Overhead map labels. Let's not do release build for this. We're going to have chunky frame rate, but it'll be fine. Is that bug with the heroes getting stuck in the active animation written down? I have not watched the whole videos because I was doing business stuff today. Do you want to walk me through how to repro it? I know of a bug with heroes in the active animation, but I don't think it's the one you're talking about. I could just watch the videos tomorrow too to find it. Swap heroes while they're changing to active. All right. So, hey, we no longer have a weird rectangle. Got that. All right. Commit. Commit to the bit. Commit to the bit. I wish we didn't have so many files. I wish we didn't have so many files. All right. So you are telling me Super Streaming Sunday. I'm going to be in Las Vegas or flying to Las Vegas. So maybe not. I mean, we can't do a super stream of all day. Sag, I know. All right. All right, so you mean like that? I don't see it. Swap from blue to red, and that's what I've been doing. Swapping on a level with all three. It appears we're on the same team this time. Hecka yeah.
Hecka yeah.
Hey, I'm not having this problem, dude. It might be a problem that only happens in the distributed build for some reason because the data's different somehow. Like, I don't know. Let me know next time you play. Let me know if it still happens. It also could be like a low frame rate thing because you were playing it, you know, at the high resolution and all that. Doesn't matter if it's low frame rate. We still got to fix it. So let me know if you can repro. It seemed like the idle animation was different if they're active or not. It is. It is different. I mean, you can tell basically by where the feet are, right? Except you can't see Wizard's feet, but... But basically, we desaturate them. So it's really the bright color. We should maybe do outline thickness as well or something. I don't know. Sometimes they have the wrong one. Yeah. Maybe it's a low frame rate thing. That would actually be my guess. I'm not sure how that would happen, but maybe active animation should move more. No, it's a puzzle game. You don't want your guy flailing and going, wah! While you're trying to think about what's on the screen. See there, he fidgeted though. Outline color. I mean, there's not a lot you can do with outline color. We tried making it white and stuff, and it just looked bad for the active guy. Okay. Well, that's something we're going to have to investigate. That is not acceptable. Yeah. All right. We are going to play one round of new Dragon Sweeper. And we're going to own, and then we'll call it a night. Okay. First thing we have to do is that, unfortunately. All right. So all right. 108, 111.
Jorge.
Okay. 116. Getting a lot of traffic jam over here. All right. What do we do here? What do we do? Do we just go for a skeleton? The bones are their money. The bones are their money. And so are the worms. All right, we know there's no 11. We have 6 HP. Can't really click safely up here at all. Maybe we just take these guys out for XP. I don't know what's the deal with these guys. I won't say what I've noticed about... Oh, well, I kind of know. It's like they enclose something, but I don't know what they enclose or what it means. All right. So this is at most 6. Well, there it is. Maybe we take that one, or maybe we... All right. Six HP. This game is free. You can play it. Okay, that's very tempting but scary. $212. That's not great. The bones are their money. And 3, 7 HP. All right. Rat clue. So this is 5 out here. 3, 2. That's what we wanted right there. 20. That could be Rat King right there. I'm just saying. I'm just going to say that. That could be Rat King. Nope. It's a slime. Dang it. Okay, we kind of just need this too, because otherwise we're going to be hitting a wall. We don't want to hit the wall in this game. All right. So rat clue. Rat clue. Well, what do we do about this? These add up to 6. We could go in here. This could be Rat King. It is. Oh, maybe it is. No! We got slimed again. We keep getting slime cucked. He should name this game Slime Cucked. Slime Cucked. Okay. Maybe we should go down here next. I don't know. That's 206. Oh, we got that. 125. Oh, that probably is the mimic, guys. We've been leery of that guy right there. All right. All right. Five, 2. That could be, that's Rat King right there, guys. We had a very unlucky Rat King quest. That's like Nat King Cole, but it's Rat King quest. All right. Yeah. Killed all the rats before you found Rat King. Yeah. I think Rat King's not as good now because he took out the rat entourage, which means there's just less rats. I think. Okay, so this adds up to 13, which could well be 11 too. It is possible. We haven't found that many bombs. Okay, wait. Yeah, this only has 2. I bet it's here. I bet this is 15, 9 plus 6, and then 2, and these are empty. Told ya. So we have finished the 11 quest. Now we just like need to find bombs or something. So wait. Okay, that's a 10. That's empty. All right. We're starting to fall behind in the XP game here. I think the Mimic should give you extra XP. We found Cornholio! There's nowhere to run, Cornholio. Alright. This is a 6. Who's 6? That guy. That guy sucks. Alright. 4. 4. 4. 6, 7, 7. That gives us a 4 there. Right? And that's empty. 7, 8, 9. All right. All right. Is the gimmick to make the physical edition of the game in Canada? No. No. So this must be 2 4s right here, probably. Yep. Called it. We basically just need to chase down Cornholio, which might not be that easy. We want this guy. Oh. Oh no, I think I get these guys now. I think I get them. This guy's going to be lower left. This guy's going to be upper right. This guy's going to be upper left. Okay. I see it. I see it. All right. So we'll just eat these guys, I guess. 110. That's right there. All right, 105. 4, 8, 10. Question mark. All right. I mean, he really has to be there, right? That's literally the only place that would generate that. I hope. I've been wrong before. But maybe I just want to get this guy and get more of a bomb clue. Although, well, if it tells us 100 and something, we know where the bomb is, right? And if it doesn't, then we know there's a bomb here. Let's do that. 100. All right. 9? Who's 9? Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. We're going to need to eat a heart soon for the first time in a while. There's no actual good heart to eat. Okay, do I take the 5? Do I explore? I think I explore around here somewhere. So this adds up to 6. And that's that. So this is empty, right? Got him. 2, 4. Okay. I mean, I kind of want to know this, I guess. Because we want to locate bombs. All right, so this is 117. which means there's no bomb here, which means there is one there. Cornholio is fleeing from us. Calling the jester Cornholio. I mean, what do you think his name is? What? Hey, I'm glad you're learning game engine programming. It's an interesting topic. You called the 6 guys Cornholio because he looks like he has a T-shirt over his head. Well, I'm not gonna debate that for sure. Not gonna. Yeah. Oh, we have 11 now. All right, 5, 10, 11. And then we know there's like at least one more back here. Yeah. Wait, another 4? A lot of 4s. Got him. We corned up. All right, so we basically are done. We have won the game. Unless I misclick or do something really stupid. Maybe I have something labeled wrong. Oh, we got to get the other parts. Let us not be silly about the hearts. That's so sad. I mean, are those actually good guys? Do I have better moral standing if I leave them alive and win the game? Maybe that's how it is. Maybe it's a moral choice like BioShock. Okay, we could win anytime. Easy game. Bro. So sad. Although, I mean, this is the best score I've ever gotten on this version, so... Like, Like I've never even gotten to wall breaking. Harvey wall breaking. Okay, I can't even break another wall. So all right, that's my best score. Where is this version? You can see the URL. You could click it on Twitter if you would like an easier way. Cough. Yes, there's a link. You know, I could have pasted the link into chat. It is true. I could have pasted the link into chat. We're going to leave it there. We're going to see. He might update it tomorrow for all I know. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to sign off. I'll see you all later on, whenever that may be. See ya.